guys, what's up? Today we're going to be reviewing the book called The Hunt for the 100th Key. And by the way, it's Geronimo's adventure here, okay? And you're like, what's all this fancy detail on this? Why is there gold? Why is there purple? Why is it so fancy? Well, it's actually a special edition. And you're like, okay, so it's just going to tell you one story, right? Wrong. 2, 1. This is the main story. But there's another little story. So yeah. So I'll shortly tell you both stories because you know there's 2 in one book. So yeah. I can't believe it. Okay, so basically I'm actually reviewing 2 books. Let's forget about that. The main story in this book is basically where Geronimo and his sister Thea Stilton and his cousin Trap, they go to this mysterious castle that's called the Castle of 100 Stories. Yeah, sorry, stories. And you're like, okay, so, but they know who the king is. They know who the name is, but I can't pronounce it. They know who the king is, what his name is, how he looks like, but he's like, they can't figure out who the bride's name is. They're like, who's the bride's name? Who's the bride's name? Whenever they keep on looking, it always has the name is always faded away because it's been there for a long time. So they're like, ugh, come on, we need to know. Until they get the 100th key, open the 100th door, and see 100 stories. And you're like, that's a lot of hundreds, dude. Yeah, duh. Why do you think it's called the Hunt for the 100th Key? So yeah. And then they see a photo frame that has the picture of the bride. It looks like Geronimo's sister, Thea Stilton. Did you hear that word, Stilton? Make sure you keep that because that word has something to do with the bride. The bride, when they look at the photo frame, beneath it is a little box that says the name. And guess what? It's not even faded. Are you ready to hear it? Are you ready? It's actually Rose Stilton. Did you hear that word, Stilton? So Thea Stilton, Geronimo Stilton, and their cousin Trap are actually related to royalty. Did you hear me? Royalty. Oh, so their history. I know, that's like so, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ah! I know, I want to be a part of royalty, but I ain't royal. So yeah, let's skip this this story and go back to the other. The other story is like a mini story basically. So, you see this little girl right here? You see it? Well, yeah, Geronimo Stilton, he goes to a cruise ship with his sister, Thea Stilton, his nephew, Benjamin, and he has like a friend called Petunia Pretty Paws, and she has a nephew, but she can't handle her because she has some work to do. So he's like, okay, I'll just take care of her until whenever you say so. So yeah. And he goes to the cruise ship, and then he meets a lovely, beautiful girl who's called Lily Lovelyfur. Sorry. And you're like, okay, so I don't care. It's just a cruise ship with a girl. Well, no, because she actually has a twin sister, and you're like, what? And they look exactly alike. The only difference is their eye color. So Geronimo quickly figured it out. He has basically a friend who is a detector and all. He's like, okay, yeah, let's think. And then he finds the other double, who's actually the thief stealing all the stuff, while the other girl, like the other twin, is with Geronimo. So yeah, and I'd give this book like a 5 out of 5 stars. I love it. I always give books 5 out of 5 stars. I don't know why. It's just me, okay, you guys? So, yeah, bye! I love plants.